So what are we talking about today? What you wanna go over?
You showed me the intro lick last week to Folsom Prison, and I got it. Then
Okay.
after that,
Okay, so let's talk about that intro lick a little bit. So. So after that, we talked about using these chords. These little type of blues. So what we want to do is we want to play an E7 chord. So remember that chord? It's like playing an E major, but lift your third finger off. We're going to get that flat 7 in there, which in this case would be a D. You have that?
where did the...
So play E major and lift your third finger off.
Oh yeah, that's right, that's right.
Yep. And then what we want to do is, once we have that, we want to take our fingers up. And we want to put our third finger on the 6th fret of the A string. We want to play D open. And then we want to have our first finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, which will be our A. So, sorry, 3rd finger on the C sharp, which would be the 4th fret. So 3rd finger, your ring finger, 4th fret, A string, open on the D, open on the, let's see, then you have your first finger on 2nd fret, which would be an A note on the G string. And you can play that all the way through. Yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to now you can do this a couple ways. You can use this with your pick, or you can use it with your fingers. You can do kind of a hybrid picking too. So what we're going to do is we want to keep that E bone. So 1, 2, and there you go. And we can add more of a gallop rhythm to it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 2, There you go.
My fingers just want to go just a half step up anyway, instead of moving the one finger a whole step and then just moving down a half with the other finger.
Sure. And you'll get used to it. It'll take some time, but you can get that. Or, depending on the speed, depending on if the drummer's, got a bad case of ADD or what, but it just depends on the speed.
Like, how fast are we going here, buddy?
You can go, yeah, exactly. But just a nice, groove. And that's how I would approach it. That's how I normally do approach it live. Yep. And then you move down to the A, which would be your 4 chord. So we start on our 1, now we're on our 4 chord, which is A7. And the A7 is, you're just taking that middle note out. You're going from you're adding in that flat 7, which is G. Okay? So A to G. And what you're going to do is you're going to do this little move here, which is A7. And it's almost like your E7 shape. So if you were to take that, make your A minor. Can you make me an A minor real quick?
Yep.
Move that up a whole step. Yep, and then take your third finger off. That's it. So you can kind of do this move here where you go. So you make your A7 shape. So remember your A7. Remember your A major chord, and you're just taking out that middle.
Oh, A major, not
Yeah.
A minor.
Yeah.
Oh, I was playing A minor.
Yep. You use the A minor shape down here.
Okay.
There you go. So you got your A7 shape. Then you're going to use your A minor shape and lift the third off. The third finger, that is. So now you have
technically called a shuffle, isn't it?
It's a shuffle, yes.
Okay.
We're doing a shuffle, and then now we're going to go to our 5 chord, okay? So that would be the B, right? So you can take this back to your lesson on the major scale. 1, 4, 5 is just the 1 is E out of the E major scale. 1 is E, 4 is A, and then 5 is B. So now we're on the B7. Remember how to play a B7 chord?
No, remind me.
So you got second finger on the 2nd fret of A. Then you have your first finger on the D string 1st fret. And then you have your 3rd finger on the G string 2nd fret. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to do a little country shuffle here where you're playing that B, but then you're going to lift your middle finger up to F sharp. Yep. And what that's doing there is you're rocking between the 1 and the 5 of B, because the 5th fret or the 5th note in B is F sharp. And this is a common country riff to do.
That's also the bass line too, isn't it?
You broke up a little bit?
That's the bass line too, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what we're essentially doing is the bass line. To me, this is kind of like a 70s Folsom Prison Blues. It's got a little bit more groove in it. Your screen's kind of doing that weird robotic thing again. I don't know what it's doing, but anyways, that should, we talked too about the playing behind or playing close to the bridge of the guitar to get that twang. Yeah, you got it. Perfect. So yeah, get those chords down, and I will send you a diagram on this. That way you have those chords and you won't forget them. I'll put the names of the chords in there for you too. And you can start practicing with that. Another thing you can do is, I think a while back I showed you how to play the
Yes, I play it all the time.
You can use that lick in there if you wanted to. Yeah, there you go. You
and
can
there's
use
nothing
that.
after that.
Well, then you can go to your A go to that A7, you can, here's a little chicken picking lick for you. First finger on the 10th fret of the B string, and then you have your middle finger on the D string, 11th fret. We're going to do a little double stop. We're going to slide into that. We're going to kind of slide from nowhere. Yep. And then you're going to move that up. You're going to go back up the neck in whole steps. Yep. And now you're going to change over to this this new shape, which is using your middle finger and your ring finger, and that's going to be on the D string, 7th fret, and your ring finger go on the 7th fret of the B string. Yep. Move that up a whole step. And then back to E. That E7. Yep, so you go. Play the E7. And then another thing you can do is you can actually make that a chromatic move when you get back down here. Yeah. Now let's expand on that just a little bit. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pull off. We're going to go back to that first shape, which is playing out of A. So here we're going to pull off with our first finger. Yep. You're literally pulling the string. And you're going to move down. Yep. And then you're going to go to that next part of the riff. Using, remember, it's a new shape.
Oh, yeah. We went over.
Try to use your ring finger and your middle finger. We're all on the 7th fret.
I'm too far over. Hang on.
Yep. And then you go half step down. Go a half step down instead of a whole. Then go a half step. So that little chromatic run. Boom ba da dum ba da dum ba da. And 1 and a 2 and a 3 and. Yep. And you're back to that E7. Yep. It's an E without the third finger. So now you got. Let's see, you can expand that. You can do that, or you can move up one more and go back to that first A shape. Whole step, yep, then change shape. half step, half step, and then you're going to go back to this original shape here that you did on this first one, the A. You're going to put it there where the, look here. So first finger goes on the 3rd fret of the B string. First finger. Yep. And then your 3rd finger goes on the 4th fret of the D string. So you got
That sounds familiar.
I'm sure it's been used 1,000 times.
I'm pretty sure it's in one of your songs.
What's that?
I'm pretty sure it's in one of your songs.
You know, I think you might be right. I think it might be on that tune, Churchin'.
I think so.
I think I do something like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, still same kind of lick. Yeah, but it's just... So you can break that lick down into several other things. I mean, you can do single lines. You know, very AC/DC type Angus Young lick, you know. That kind of thing. So, yeah, play with that. I'll send you a PDF and we'll see what we can get out of that.
Cool.
All right, see you next time.